All right, welcome. Today we welcome Anna Claire and Eric Boulet. I hope I said that right, Boulet.
That's not too bad. Yeah, Bouillette. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, sorry about
Hello,
that.
Mark.
And they're from the band Solace Supplice and Nine Skies to Progressive Rock Central. Welcome. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
taking the time to talk with us about your new album. And I'm not going to do the French justice, but Liturgis Contemporaries.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
You'll do it a lot better. Go ahead. Do you guys want to say welcome or?
Oh, yes, of course. Thanks a lot for welcoming us here today to review our album. And we're very happy always to share things about our passion for music. And it's always a pleasure for us get new listeners and hopefully get new people get involved and maybe have a listen to our music. So thanks a lot to you for welcoming us today. It's really cool.
No, you're welcome. Before we begin talking about your albums, tell us a little bit how you met and how you decided on the names of the two bands.
Oh, how we met as a couple or how we met musically?
Well, both. Whatever you want to discuss.
It's a long 20 years story now. We got married 2 months ago, and yes, actually I was playing with her brother in a band, a cover band. It was her older brother, and she was always in her with us, following us, and we won't try to get rid of her because we are the bad boys, kind of like it. Didn't want any girl in our, okay, and so finally one day, yeah. So we met like that, and I've always played music, and Claire is a writer, and we've decided together to our very first project together was actually Eldeska. We had the first project together, that we released an EP, and that EP became an album after that, and that was the beginning of Nine Skies. That was much before Solace Supplice. Yeah.
Tell us. I'm sorry. Tell us a little bit about choosing those names. They're I like them.
Yeah. So for Nine Skies, I'll let you, my darling.
It sounds good.
It sounded good to hear, Nine Skies. It's something like, kind of like just sounded good like that. Like we were looking at words on trying to put them together, and it's always so hard. It's a struggle to get a proper name and something that just, not too long, something just that can hit the mind. And so we thought that it was right for that. Yeah. And for Solace Supplice,
I think that's the same. I was writing his one lyrics. I think it's one track, Schizophrenie Paranoid.
Oh yeah, there's one song called Schizophrenie Paranoid. In
I was trying to mix French, English, but both at the same time. Something a bit weird as well. Something you can ask about the meaning, find your own meaning. And that's the same. I thought it sounds good to the ear, so this one. And I love the contrary in the work, so we just.
All right. How about the title of the new album, Liturgis Contemporaneous? Usually that has a religious context, but I think you guys are examining current culture around the globe and the conversations and actions that are driving global culture. Am I correct, or what was the concept of the new album?
No, that's it about the title. The main title is, as you said, this word refers most often to the religious context, but here it's more to say that maybe the religion today is like more television and social, in a social context as well. So yes, I think you're correct.
Do you guys want to talk about how you came up with that concept? Or it's a good concept. We need more discussion of it for sure.
I think we started with the EP first, the 5 tracks we released last year, and there was an atmosphere going out the whole song, always the same context and the same ideas, reflecting, the look you can have on the society and the modern world and things like that. Quite dark often, but not hopeless, I think. So quite poetic, atmospheric, and when we started to write the album, the other song for the album, I thought it was just good to keep on this way, and this idea of to bring people to think about the modern world and the society today.
All right. And what was the driving force behind the first song? And I'll let you, oh yeah, wait. I skipped the question. The album is sung in French, which is beautiful. We, as Americans, we love the sound of the French language, but most of us don't understand it, and I'm one of them. So tell us a little bit more about the concepts of the albums. Tell us a little bit about that first song, La Tartuffe Exemplar. I hope I'm saying it right.
Oh, yes.
That's it. That's it.
Le Tartuffe
Really?
exemplaire.
Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
great.
Luck.
Yeah.
I think
You're
this
lucky.
this one talks about I don't know what to say.
Hypocrisis, about
I'm not
hypocrisy.
sure of the word. Yeah.
The hypocrisis in the world, It's, yeah, that's about that. Because the Tartuffe is a very famous theatrical a piece from Molière, the great Molière in France, which was in the 17th century. Yeah, 17th century. And Le Tartuffe is a kind of a character of that is very hypocrite, very up to himself, very show off, and very in always hypocrisis. And Le Tartuffe exemplaire, tu parles de quoi dans ça
That's it.
exactement?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's just to talk about people who can say words in front of you, and as soon
As they
you
can
turn back.
speak in and kill and stab you back. They will be the first one to do that. About
All right.
human being. Yeah.
Where is Sunset Street? Is that in England, or go ahead?
It's everywhere in the world, I would say.
Yeah, I would say.
That's true. Yeah,
every country,
Yeah.
every town.
Sadly, yeah.
And tell us a little bit about the information behind that, because like I say, you sing it in French, which is great, but in English, most of us don't understand what you're saying. But go ahead.
Yes, it's about these people we walk, we pass by, and sadly, they are human being like us, and they deserve a look, and nobody gives a shit anymore. We're yeah, all the broken people.
Yeah.
Homeless people. Yeah.
Yes, all the broken people. Yeah.
That's yeah. They deserve their own song. They deserve a lot more. Yeah.
Yes, I think so, because as I say, we are living more and more, and the more it goes into a very selfish society, really, that looks only, we're only looking on ourselves or comfort or give a shit about everything going around in the world. I see people really getting more and more like that. So yeah, that was a song to just like a gentle reminder.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, I think Phil Collins did something like that, or maybe Genesis.
Yes, he
did
did.
something like that back in the-
Absolutely astonishing, beautiful songs. And he found the words.
Yeah.
Another day in paradise
That's it. Yeah.
is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What is a demi ma?
A demi-mot. There's not. That's really more poetic and.
Il n'y a pas vraiment de sens, c'est ça, je veux dire.
Ouais, yeah.
There's not. It's like, with poetic in France, but I think it's like that in every language. Sometimes it's just the way you put the words together that's going to make you images are coming into your mind. You know what I mean? And you create your own journey into these words. You create your own journey. There's not really a meaning. There were not a meaning at the end, or you make it yourself. That's, yeah. So you really have to understand, you really have to sadly understand French to get all the, it's like if you're not English and you're reading some Tom Byron, not American, you're some Hemingway or whatever, I don't know, Mark Twain, and there's maybe some things that won't be, you translate, it's always very close, but sometimes there are things missing, there's always something that in the mind is not, you don't think American, you don't think English, you still think French, and so, yeah.
But there's still, of course, there's still quite a line.
There's a line, there's a quite line, but there's no.
Someone.
He has to guess the rest, so you can make your own journey on that.
When you just said half of the demi-mot means half of the words.
Half of the words,
and,
yeah.
And the way I write in it means as well demi-mot, am I right?
It means as well half of the pain.
Yeah. So it's the same word in French, not the same writing.
Mo, if you write it M-O-T-S, means words, and if you write it M-A-U-X, it means a pain, so suffering,
Action, or
yeah.
Well, speaking of politics and elections, they just had one in France. Are you guys dual citizens, or what did you think of that outcome? And
we are both French, and in England here we are resident. We have a 5 years resident with a Brexit, as they went out the Europe. So we have yes, I would say myself that considering what was behind, it's a good news for us. Yes.
Yeah, I get a lot of people don't seem, completely behind.
No, they hate him. The people hate Macron because they think he created the COVID, the coronavirus. He invented the plague. He created okay. So all these kind of crazy people from the extreme left wing and extreme right wing are completely insane. So it's best to always have someone that, even if it's not my politic, it's not necessarily my point of view on things, but at least it's
Same.
Somewhat,
Same.
yes.
Same.
Safer.
Yeah. I mean,
Safer.
it's sad. It's sad that we have to settle for same.
A lot safer. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and hopefully in England they treat you a lot better than we seem to treat our residents and things like that. It's
I don't know. I
it
don't know.
is.
It works in America, but we only have the news that we see here from Europe. So no, we're well treated. Yeah, yeah. We're it's a whole, it's a whole war, France and England. But we are our best enemies, I would say. We love, it's a love and hate, like cat and dogs,
Yeah.
So no, every friend I have here, and we've both been very, very lovely welcomed in our work.
Yeah.
Cheerful people, amazing people around us, so much supportive, so much support. I would say only good things about English people, really.
Yeah.
And I know my granddad didn't like English people and things like that. But really, really, I'd say they're amazing. They're amazing, really.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but
we've been.
you'll find that in some parts of America, but in other parts, yeah, don't go near it. Unfortunately.
No, yeah, I've seen some quite awful things going on the border and on the Texan border and let's say the New Mexico Mexico border, and yeah, this is quite terrible, and it's always, it's crazy because you can't take in the land of millions of people and after that say no, you can't enter.
Yeah.
Well, you have, what I mean, what I'm talking about. So it's crazy. It's just like in France when I hear that Le Pen, France to the French, but France to the French, what does it mean?
Yeah.
We are Latin with the Roman invasion. We are Germans with the Frank is a German tribe. We are a whole bunch of mix of everywhere. Portuguese, Italian came after, and so what? You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's just going insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I think we have both to be very aware of what's happening and keep that good friendship between people, because that's the most important. The people is important. The government.
All right. Anything else you want to say about the new Solace Supplice album? I'm running out of time, but I want to make sure that we get to some nine skies. But anything else you wanted to say about the new album from Solace Supplice?
Yes, that we are very, very happy to have been able, considering the situation that to finish that, because it wasn't really guaranteed. And that's something we're really happy to have been able to put now this album. And I hope that people will appreciate it as you did, and that we'll have good return, good feedbacks on them. Yeah.
I noticed a lot more, or a couple more reviews. So it looks like the message is getting out. Thanks to your wife. She's doing a great job.
She's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really great to see that with Solace, lot of English people and American people,
Yeah.
or German or only French.
That's surprising for us.
Yeah, we really like the music. It was something I was a bit
Yeah, very surprising.
Yeah.
It's really hard because it's not really any French artist has ever made it in America. Maybe except Claude François. Comme d'habitude, my way. Na, 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 na. It's a French song.
Yes. Oh yeah. No. Well, you guys helped us with the revolution, so it should way back then. So yeah, it should be much more accepted. How about the new Nine Skies expanded release? I did a review on it. It's fantastic. The instrumental tracks. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes.
Yeah, we released the last album had a good welcome by the people and media and yeah, magazine. Then we decided to make a special version, extended version with some orchestral version of the tracks previous album, with vocals and some instrumental as well. And to add a DVD with the, we had a documentary, a video documentary of the recording of the album, and 2 live stream. So we added that, and a new artwork by Steve Anderson. We still the painting by Michael Schwab, which is amazing painter. But Steve Anderson is doing all that work. And he did a great work for an alternative artwork with booklet and all things like that. So that's a great booklet that people can have, in addition to the last album, who was already a great one, I think, with Damian Wilson and Steve Hackett and John Hackett, and more acoustic than the previous one, and the new singer Atraf as well. And we have a new female singer as well on the extended track, which her name is Basma. Because Ali, had to leave for personal things and for work. I don't have time anymore for music for now. So Basma is doing the vocals on the special version. I think it's really great with Ashraf. So yeah, people can listen to it online anyway.
And the orchestral track of Return Home, what we had, Catharsis, Burn My Brain. I have to say that I haven't touched anything in music for this. It's all the Alex work, because he's working into the orchestration at the moment, really for the movie music and video games and things like that. And he has arranged that as a proper maestro. It's a beautiful version. Made that a beautiful version.
How did you? I was just going to say, how did you meet the Hacketts? Because they are wonderful people, and Damian Wilson for that matter.
Okay.
Both of the brothers are fantastic. I've only met Steve. I've never met his brother yet.
Okay, John is adorable. Actually, I've been recording for a friend here in England called Howard, and is doing like an acoustic. Was doing like an acoustic album. And what we've done, Howard Sinclair, and on one of these track, there were flute played by John Hackett. And Howard asked me if I could do some violin on that as well. So we kind of like worked together with John Hackett, sharing tracks like that. And so we got to work like that. And finally, we went to one of these shows in Southampton, and we got to meet, together and say, oh, well, John, we worked on and start to chat and all that. So we're happy to do the work we've done to Howard. And then for Steve, after that, I've asked him to do a flute part, and he's been gentleman to say yes, and very adorable. No problem, of course. For Steve Hackett, it's very funny because Anne-Claire has contacted him. He didn't know his brother was on the album. We haven't told him even. And a couple of years ago, it was for Sweetheart Grips, Nine Skies album, and they contacted him because we were putting up something for a charity that was really for the. Was very busy at the time, but he said, "I really like the music and keep that on side. Please contact me at the time." So at the time, he said, we chased him again, and we got finally contacted by Roger King, his keyboard player, on the show.
Roger King.
Yes, with Roger. So Roger sent us a message. Hey, I'm recording, guys, for you for Nine Skies Steve tomorrow. Are you okay with that? And all that. So happy, of course, you can imagine. And that's how. Yeah, he's a man of his word. He's a man of his word. Amazing. And he really likes the music. I don't think he does that. We couldn't work for him. So we were very happy about that. And for Damien,
Her mic
Even,
is kind of cutting out.
He
even,
had a crush on the
he-
porcelain.
even change one of the lyrics. Because we can't think English as we were talking before. So on one, he said, "Oh, I could put this." What was it?
Just a word.
Yeah, just a word instead of another, but it's more poetic. It must get more into the. Oh, he's adorable, adorable. Yeah, really proper rock and roll guy. Adorable, adorable. Oh yeah.
What's up next for you guys?
So what's up next? Well, this year, so I have an album going on with Clive Nolan from
Oh, wow,
Pendragon.
yeah. From Pendragon.
Yes, and the Arena, yeah, and all
And
this
Arena, yeah.
musicals and all that. So
Yeah,
with
Arena's
Clive
fun.
Nolan and Laura Piazza, an Italian singer, who had the idea to put that project together. And it's about putting the Medici, Italian family Medici, story into an operatic rock music. So all the music is released. It's on the mix and on the mastering now, and the baby shall come in September. So that's really cool.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I have a solo album project I'm working on